The vast majority of states have dropped or announced a rollback in mask mandates over the past few weeks, but New Mexico remains one of the three states, only three out there, to require face coverings still in public spaces. New Mexico has some of the strictest COVID-19 mandates out there, which includes masking up for children as young as 2 years old. The state's public health order was set to expire earlier this month, but was recently extended through at least March 4th. Representative Rebecca Dow is member of the New Mexico House of Representatives. She's also running for governor of New Mexico. She joins now to discuss the latest in her state. Representative Dow, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We're actually in the middle, last 24 hours of our 30-day session right now.
Yeah, I'd like to start with the video of you asking the House to lift New Mexico's mask mandate. Here it is.
These states have recently announced the end to the mask mandates for students in schools. Virginia, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Oregon, Nevada, Massachusetts, Illinois, Delaware, Connecticut, California is changing their requirements. If they're not vaccinated, they still have to wear a mask. But the other states are simply declaring that indoor public spaces no longer have to have mask mandates. And I saw an absolutely joyful YouTube video today of students in a classroom hearing the announcement that they are not going to have to wear masks anymore. They're jumping up and down and cheering and hugging their friends and hugging their teachers. And then my heart broke for New Mexico students. It is time to end our emergency orders. It is time to let students take their masks off.
I mean, I'm with you 100%. Why are they fighting you on this? What are they saying?
You know, our governor believes that she knows more than CDC. She absolutely believes that she's responsible for making every decision for every person in our state and the health decisions of parents who are raising their minors. She believes that she knows more and she knows she's best. She knows best and she's best equipped, and she's absolutely wrong. And she has all this criteria for when she'll drop the emergency mandates, and it's absolutely an impossible criteria to meet. So she continues to renew these health orders every 30 days. And we've been introducing bills to limit her orders, and she refuses to hear those bills or to give them their due time and let public give comment. And so I've had to resort to using the time on the floor during announcements when we get to celebrate the birth of a grandchild. I have a 7-week-old grandchild, and instead I'm begging that our governor join the other states and end the mask mandates.
Spokesperson for the governor of New Mexico issued an explanation on why the state is holding firm. Data shows, according to the statement, that Omicron case counts are trending lower, but continue to hover around 3,000 per day, requiring the extension of the mask mandate for the time being. The highly infectious nature of the Omicron variant requires continued vigilance until the number of New Mexico hospitalizations decreases. Do they know? I'm just wondering, have they gotten the memo that the mask mandates everywhere across the country have never, in fact, stopped or even brought down the spread of coronavirus? Do they have the internet? I mean, can they read data? Explain this one to me.
Yeah, we all know that there is some effectiveness when you have a properly fitted, N95 mask, but that's not what our students are wearing. I mean, I work in early childhood, and these children are going to the restroom, they're eating food, they're wiping their noses, they are keeping on their face. And during the most critical times of development in their life, when they are learning to articulate an entire language, 80% of our communication is nonverbal. We have no idea the impacts that the masks have had on children, some of which have never been cared for by a provider or had a teacher without a mask if they were born after March 11th. And the secondary impacts, I don't know how we recover from this in a state that's already ranked 50th in the nation for our educational outcomes. This is the wrong thing to do. It's time to take the mask off our children.